You're like, what's going on? I thought to myself, let's a little bit of a calm, relaxed, chill out sort of video. What's going on? Not a lot really going on. I've done everything. This MP 7.5 is completed. It's all done, ready to hand back to the owner, and it's got Futaba receiver in it, transmitter, everything, the starter box all set up, ready to rock and roll. What a lovely buggy it is, and I'm sure he's going to love playing around with it. I've got to put this receiver in an MP, a bloody Nitro MT, an original MT, because the person who owns this has bought that MT1 off of me. I've still got an MT2. If any of you lot are interested in an MT2, I've got a little bit of a messy bench over here because I'm getting ready. I'm going to do a whole video on nitro fuel, by the way, and I'm going to make my own fuel just as an experiment. I'm not trying to make the best fuel. I'm not trying to make anything better than what you can buy. Just as an experiment. You can make 0% nitro, which I've made in the past, and the less percentage, the easier. The less percentage, the more you have to do, the more tuning you have to do, but the higher percentage, the less tuning you have to do. I'll do a video on how that works later on, but I do plan on making a percentage of my own of all of these. A percentage of my own. Making a batch of every percentage of all of these. In the UK, you have to have a license in order to buy nitromethane and other dangerous substances, which I have. So it's just when I get around to going and buying. I nearly bought some the other day. I found it online and I thought, this is strange, you can't normally buy nitromethane online, so I ordered it anyway. I've got all the paperwork on the licenses, so if it did happen to arrive, I can supply all that anyway. But it didn't. They refunded me because you can't buy it online. I thought that was strange. Normally you have to go down to an actual supplier and pick it up yourself and provide all the paperwork to say you actually got the relevant licenses to buy it. I thought it was strange, but anyway, that's the internet for you. I dare say there are places where you can buy it and it will turn up. Bit of a risk though, really. I mean, you go to prison if you found to be buying dangerous substances without the relevant licenses. It's very crazy. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to do that. We'll put that down there for now. By the way, these fuels come from active scale models. Oh, not the Shoot though. The Shoot didn't. But all the others, active scale models. So if you want to get some, go to active scale models. They'll sell you some nitro. A lot of people say they can't get hold of nitro these days. You most definitely can. You can buy it anywhere. So you need to look a bit harder. But as I was saying, the bench is full up because I've got a vacuum cleaner. It stopped working, and of the warrant, they won't honour the warranty. It's a Ryobi wet and dry vacuum cleaner. Good thing, but stopped working. So I won't honour the warranty on it because, well, I bought it second hand because I couldn't afford a new one. And it stopped working. So I've narrowed it down to this part. Maybe some of you will be able to help me. There's the part number, TTI part number. But Ryobi said they sell me any other part, but they will not sell that part. It's just not for sale. There's parts diagrams and all sorts, but they will not sell that part to me. So then they said you can go to our people who take care of our warranty claim. So if you send a Milwaukee or a Ryobi power tool in for a warranty repair, it will go to a place called CJ Sinclair's. I phoned them up, explained the situation. They said, no, we can't get that part either. That circuit board is obsolete. I said, but they still make this vacuum. It's brand new. It's not even a year old, and they still make it now. You can still buy them brand new. And they said, I know, but they won't sell that particular part. They'll sell any other part, but not that part. So I said, well, what happens then if there's one that is in warranty? They said, well, they just give you a whole new unit, and you'll have to bin that unit. I said, that's mad. That's absolutely mad. So then I phoned up TTI, who are the people who physically make that circuit board. They make that board. I said, "Will you sell me one?" They said no. So I can't get hold of that circuit board. So if any of you have one, perhaps you have one of these wet and dry vacuums, and RV1881 I think it's called, and you've got one of these circuit boards which works, please let me know, because I will buy it, because I don't want to bin this whole unit. It's perfectly good, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just can't get that part that I need. And I know some of you are going to say, well, just find out what component. It's probably the voltage regulator. 18 volt goes in, 3 volts comes out. It's probably the voltage regulator. But look, I used to take apart circuit boards and reverse engineer them and find out what chips and what things did what, source them, buy it, and then I'm not doing that now. I know you're going to say, well, you didn't want to bin it. I know I don't want to bin it, but I'd rather just get that whole board, put the board on and carry on with life. There's a voltage regulator on that board somewhere that's gone dicky. But anyway, so the bench is full up at the moment until I get all that put away. I'm not going to put it back together until I know for definite what the conclusion is going to be. But I'm still looking for that circuit board. Ah, look, the trusty Kyosho DBX2. What a lovely car. I've had to order, because I wanted the battery lids, the battery tray lid there, and the receiver lid. I couldn't find them anywhere. I even went onto the dreaded, notorious eBay. There was none. No second-hand rollers with them on. No lids on their own. No model shops would stock them. In fact, when I phoned up several model shops, they didn't even have a clue what I was talking about. I said, it's a Kyosho DBX2 2.0. I've never heard of that, they're going. I said, right. One of them said, can you send me some pictures? I said, alright then. I sent him some pictures of the buggy. He said, I've never seen one of them before. I said, right, bloody, alright, fair enough. Yeah. So no model shops would be able to get me them parts. However, one channel member said to me one day, oh, I found the lids. Problem is they're in New Zealand. I said, right, New Zealand. Okay, no problem. It depends on how much they are. Anyway, they weren't a lot of money. They was probably around about the price of a McDonald's these days. And that's including the postage. Hopefully there's no customs fee, because if there's a customs fee I might be in trouble. Anyway, the battery lid and the receiver lid is coming from New Zealand. Auckland, I think it was called. Auckland? Something like that. Auckland, don't know. If you're in New Zealand, please leave a comment and tell me. I can't remember the name of the model shop now, but it was in Auckland, I'm sure it was, or however you meant to pronounce that. New Zealand. Absolutely mad. I'd love to go to New Zealand one day. Past Australia to New Zealand. Amazing. Amazing. And when I sell that car, I'm going to say, that's got bloody parts on it from New Zealand, alright? So you want to treat it bloody well. Crazy, you lot. Let's read some comments. So we got the Ace Drone Specialist. He's a channel member, that bloke. Good bloke. He goes a bit crazy for the old comments, like he writes loads of them. A good, slow, comfortable screw. Love that buggy so much. It is the best racing engine ever made, in my opinion. The beans. Everyone loves a bean. What a fantastic video. How much learned. So many from so few. Oh, good. Throttle and servo endpoints are important to get a consistent tune. Ryan the Thumb. Really? Interesting. Why are throttle endpoints? Why are they important to get a consistent tune? They've got nothing to do with the tune whatsoever. The only way I can see that it might affect the tune is if you've got your endpoint set too soon, in which case the throttle isn't opening all the way, so when you're doing full throttle on your trigger, on your transmitter, it's not actually doing full throttle on the carburetor, so you're tuning it thinking you're doing full throttle, but you're not. Yeah, that would affect the tune. And then if you ever rectified that, then you'd have to retune, because you wouldn't be doing, now you would be doing full throttle and it might not be quite right. Yeah, I suppose so. But the endpoints themselves, other than that, aren't going to make any difference whatsoever to the tune of the carburetor. I don't know why that is. Mr. Ryan the Thumb, please, if you're watching this now, put another comment on this video and explain more why that is, because maybe I might learn something, but I can't see how that would affect that, because an endpoint is simply just telling the servo when to stop trying to go any further. It's got nothing to do with any sort of tuning. It's got nothing to do with anything other than what I've just explained. So anyway, I'd be interested to know why that is, please, Mr. Ryan the Thumb. What else we got here then? I like reading comments. I just bought a new tap and go. Oh yes, now this person, I've actually read this comment and I've replied and I told him what to do. So what he done was, stupid mistake. I had to change the glow plug, but it didn't screw in at the correct angle, damaging the cylinder head. Oh my Gideon. As a result, I lost pressure. No! And the car wouldn't start. Oh no, what a disaster. This all happened because I tried to screw in the glow plug using the tool without first verifying it was properly aligned. Oh my Gideon. Well, I simply just said simple to mend. In fact, I said simple, but oh well, not everyone's perfect. Change the button or tap it again. Buttons are free for £4 to £10. And he said, I bought a new tap and glow. So I think he means by buying a new tap and glow, I think he bought a tap to re-tap the button and a new glow plug. I think that's what he means. Some heads on Nitro cars have the button, as so to speak, is what we call it, built into it. So if you do happen to damage the thread on that, and well, and cleaning the threads up and tapping it, obviously because you can't drill it bigger, because obviously glow plugs are only as big as glow plugs are. You could put a helicoil or some other bollocks in there. Maybe some people have experimented with that. You could do loads of different types of things. But some heads have that built in, so you have to buy a new head. But a lot of them, it's just a button. Have I got one to demo? I have, hold on. So this is what we call a button. I mean, there's probably loads of different names for it, but this is what we call a button for the most part. This is one I've actually tapped out myself because it was for a different engine which I was experimenting with, where the glow plug was cross-threaded. So exactly the same thing. This goes that way round and the head goes on top of there. Now you can just replace this, just buy a new one of these and you're happy. But what you can do, run a tap through it, clean up the threads if you've not damaged it too much. But as I say, some of them it's all built in, but luckily, and there's another one, there's a smaller one for a smaller engine. That's for, I don't know what that's for, probably a T15 or something like that. A small button. You can see the differences in sizes, can't you? Little engine, that's probably, I don't know what that's from. I think that's from a 28, and that will probably be from a 15. You can see the differences, can't you? Happy days, my friends, happy days. Oh, by the way, thank you to all of you subscribers alike and channel members especially, and people who have been sending me super thanks. Anyone can send a super thanks if you want to on any video. There's a little button, I think it's got a heart on it, just under the video screen, and it says thanks or something like that. Press on that and you can send me a super thanks of any value you want, and it'll help me massively to keep buying these Nitro cars to restore and keep out there rather than going in the bin. But members, thank you very much. These are all of the channel members at the moment. If you see your name there, then consider it as a shout out. Some of you pay for shout outs, some of you don't, but thank you very much to all of you, all helping me out greatly, because without you lot I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Yeah, people say to me sometimes, how do you afford to buy these old Nitro? I mean, I don't afford it. It's as simple as that. I'm lucky because years ago, before everything was really expensive, I was able to have a little bit of money aside, and I invested that in buying a few old Nitro cars. We're talking 20, well, not even that, not 20, about 15 years ago, I suppose, before I started filming them anyway, to buy old cars just for fun, because it's what I like to do for fun. So I would buy strimmers, chainsaws, lawnmowers, repair them and sell them, and then with that money that I'd got back again, I'd buy some more, and then back again and buy some more. Now I started doing it with Nitro cars. Buy some Nitro cars, repair them, sell them, not make any profit at all really, but just get my money back, and then buy another one with that money again, and then get that money back. Never really making any profit, you know, never escalated. Now and again I might make a little bit, but that just soon gets absorbed, you know what I mean? So the ones that you see me in this modern day get is with that same money that just goes round in a circle. Which is why it's a problem if I get one that I can't sell, like the MT2. I just can't seem to get rid of it for love nor money. And I don't want to sell it for less than what I paid for it, because then I would lose that piece of money that I had. Do you know what? That make any sense? And then I won't be able to, because I can't afford these days to put into that. Everything's just far too expensive. And before you know it, the water's there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I do it. It's as simple as that. If I wasn't fortunate enough all those years ago to be able to do that, I wouldn't be here now doing it now, because, I mean, who can afford things these days? Nobody can. So it's just a circle. And I recommend, if you're able to do that, if you've got a bit of money aside, buy an old Nitro car and repair it and sell it, and make sure you just make sure you break even at the very least. You know, if you make a profit, happy days. Be sensible with it, don't waste it. But if you've got to break even, because if you don't break even, you're gonna you know, the next one that you go to buy is gonna have to be less. And if you do manage to buy another one, you're gonna have to make sure you do make a profit in order to make back the money you lost on the other one. That's how that works. But if the margins are very small, I mean, we're talking 40-50 quid. If you buy a Nitro car non-running for 50 quid and you get it running for nothing, it's free, you've just used your head and you've got it going, cleaned it up, and you sell it for 40 quid. Alright, you had some fun, but you've now got £40 instead of £50. So you want to buy another one, you've got to find one for £40. That's going to be difficult in this day and age. So yeah, that's how I do it. It's just a circle. I don't no, there's no profit involved. Like I say, some of them there might be 20-30 quid profit now and again, but then I just buy another one, or maybe I buy two with that, but then I might lose some money on them. So there's no, you know, no money involved in it at all. There would be if I did it properly. If I did it properly and made a business out of it, and actually done it all properly, you know, cleaned them up properly, restored them properly, and sold them properly, I probably could make some money out of it, but I'm not interested in that. I'm just not interested. Just simply ain't. I'm here for fun. That's it. Anyway, you lot, speaking of fun, I've got a birthday party to go to. Yes, one of the nephews has got his first birthday party, so I'm going to go and sit in a soft play area for hours. See you later on. All the best, you lot. Thanks for stopping by. And as I said, if you're subscribed, thank you. If you're a member, thank you very much. If you send me a super thanks. I really appreciate all of that. I'll see you lot later on. Take care. All the best. Treat people nice, and we'll have a nice life. Hopefully. Anyway, bye bye.